Good morning. It is June 30th, which means, of course, we should start Christmas, right? That sounds really crazy. But it's been such a crazy time. Why not add more crazy to it? So, now I'm already a little discombobulated because I've discovered that today is not what I thought it was. Um, I thought that today was my 6-year stampiversary, meaning that I joined Stampin' Up 6 years ago today. Actually, it was 6 years ago yesterday. I checked on that this morning and was like, I just wish I hadn't looked. I wish I had just gone along the day thinking that today was the day and it wasn't yesterday, because now I'm all like, oh my gosh, what do you do? But I, I'll figure it out as we go. I do want to do something to celebrate, and I want to celebrate with all of you, but I just don't know quite yet what that's going to be. Maybe I need more caffeine. I don't have any idea. But back to Christmas. Why do we start Christmas now or in July? Because my first Christmas card class is in July, and it runs, we have six different Christmas card classes that run July through November, and there's a special prize for everybody that takes or participates in all 6 of those classes. Um, those details will be out in my newsletter that should go out today or tomorrow. Lots of things going on. We're working on the. I've got a blog post that needs to go out today. I have a newsletter that needs to go out. I thought it was my anniversary to celebrate, and it's time to get ready for the BOGO, because that starts next week in person, and then the following week it'll be available online. But I keep interrupting myself. Why do we start Christmas? Because we need a lot of Christmas cards, right? Christmas crafting is great fun. It's something that you can do with your friends, you can do with your family, you can do with kids. It's huge. And sending those personal cards, those notes with them, it just warms the hearts of everybody that receives them. So if you do them starting now, it will be the least amount of stress that you can have of your Christmas holiday. At least it will be for me. And I've decided I'm going to even take it a step farther and address my cards as I go. And that way, when it comes to be November, Thanksgiving-ish, and time to send them out, they'll be ready to go. They'll be addressed, the notes will be written, and I can just send out all those little paper hugs. So I'm super excited about that. Now, the catalog isn't actually live until tomorrow, which is great. But that means I can't show you the catalog, and I can only show you the products that I have on hand. So let me show you what we're going to do. Okay, so this, and let me zoom out because that is too big. Okay, this paper, there's actually host paper in the mini catalog, meaning you get all of this yumminess, which is like a $30 value, that I'm going to say $18. I'm not exactly sure that that's right, but if I touch that catalog, I'm going to pull it in here and show it, and I'm not allowed to do that yet, so not until tomorrow. So, but look at these prints. Aren't these amazing? So we got dots and stripes. Look at that. I love that green, that shaded spruce. Got some more stripes, all kind of rainbow there. Then some triangles. And I'll tell you the colors that are in here. Fireworks. And this green. Then we get some fall. We get some more blue chevron. That, I don't know what this is called, these overlapping circles that make that diamond. I love it. Then some stripes. Then some little Halloween. So you got all your fall is covered in here so fall through New Year's, right? Here's some black and white wood looking. Some fun plaid. More, I'm guessing you call that plaid, right? Then there's some more, I would call this Halloween. It's like crushed curry on black. Maybe it's pumpkin. I think it's crushed curry on black. And then these kind of like little bows here. The way I tie bows anyway. Then some beautiful Christmas ornaments, some lines. Then some scallops, black and white fireworks. Um, did I go too far? Seems like I skipped something. I did. Oh, these these trees, not necessarily Christmas trees. Then the scallops, and then this pink, and then all of this fun candy and holly. So we're going to use a little bit of this paper today. And, oh, I was going to show you the colors. See, I got sidetracked. I'm so sorry. So the colors in this, basic black, crushed curry, granny apple green, Pacific Point, polished pink, pool party, poppy parade, so that's the red, and shaded spruce. So amazing colors there, all bright and fun. Okay, now I've been having a bit of a reorg in my office, right? And I shared that with you, and I told you I wanted to have I was going to show some photos today. Now I don't want to goof up my camera just yet, so I'm not going to flip it over there and show you what I got going on. But I'm going to try to remember. Okay, so this is a card. Whoops. Hold tight. Hold please. Okay, this is a card that I got in the mail from my friend Beth. Now Beth is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and then she also has a Zaya business. So she keeps me clothed. But it has, isn't this a gorgeous card, right? But with this little surprise in the way that it opens and you put your note right there. Okay, so a bit of a fun fold. So I thought I wanted to do that today. So I'm going to set that right there, and that's our model. Okay, so we're casing from that. And now a couple of thoughts here. So I love this Peace to You stamp. I think this is gorgeous, and I really wanted to model this card, Beth's card, using this stamp set, specifically this stamp. I couldn't get the pieces to work right in my head, so I kind of abandoned it, but I'm going to show you kind of the rough draft, what I have going here. So I wanted to do this one, but it's just too narrow to really work. However, the other stamp will work really well. So I've got a crumb cake base. So this is kind of what I'm working with. And I'm going to let it open and do the same thing. So you're going to see in a moment, it's really easy to do. And then you're going to see all the possibilities for your card making. I will recommend that when you use these stamps, I mean, they're so solid, right? They're really solid image stamps, that you use the Stamparatus. And that way you can stamp your image multiple times and line it up perfectly each time. And that way you'll get the best image possible. I did not use the Stamparatus when I was just playing around here, but anyway, so I might have another card following this same recipe using this later today. And also, He's the Man. I'm thinking that we'll use this recipe in the card club in July, which features the He's All That. Did I say it? I think it's He's All That is the suite. Okay, but today we're going to play with this adorable stamp set. This moose is just calling me. You've probably seen some samples with the little hippos. They are adorable. They're calling to me also. Their celebration, and I'm making something with that. So I've started playing with polished pink. All right, so I had to test my measurements, and of course my dog is outside and he's going to bark. So it'll open just like this. Now, I wanted to make sure I had enough length that it wasn't going to pop out, and I do. So I'm pleased with that. We're going to make that mechanism again and pick up there. All right, so I'm going to start with a piece of polished pink. Have I got us zoomed in too much? Hold on. I might take it out just a little. All right. And I'm going to cut it first, which is not normal. Normally I score them first, but I'm going to cut it first at 4 1/4. So it is 4 1/4 by 11. Then I want that folded up edge to be 1 1/2. And then I want this middle section to be 5 1/4. So I'm going to flip this around and line up my score line at 5 1/4 and score it again. Okay. And that's the main part. Now, so this part is 5 1/4. Now normally your card is your card base is, or your card front would be 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So this one is going to be just 1/4 of an inch short. All right, then this middle piece, right? So this middle piece lies down like this, and I've made it, I don't know if you can see, it is almost, it's just shy of 5 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to make it 3 3/4 inch wide, okay, because I want it to slide in easily. So I'm going to take it to 3 3/4. I'm going to cut that off, and then I'm going to make this just under 5 1/4. Cut it off. And then I need a score line at 1/2 inch. And so I'm measuring this way. I can go up to 1.5 inches this way. And so a lot of times for those measurements, I go to the right instead of the left. And why would I do that? Because when I come this way, I don't always have as much stability to line up my edge. Whereas this way, I get all of this side. And so, anyway, that's why. All right, then we will score that. Okay, then I've already cut a piece of Designer Series paper from that pack that is 1 inch by 12. Okay, then I'm going to cut a piece of vellum to go on this side. So this piece is, so it's going to be 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, isn't it? Okay, so let's cut this 4 by 4. Can always trim that down if we want to. And since I've really got 2 cards going on here, I'm just going to go ahead and cut 2. Now I looked at the stamp sets that I have right now, and I don't have any that have have snowflakes on them. I kind of wanted some snowflakes. Well, actually, we do. Actually, I lied. I didn't check the very one I was looking at. Okay, so we're gonna stamp with some of these snowflakes, and we might even do something on that vellum that I hadn't planned on doing. Okay, all right. Things are happening in my head. That scares all of us, right? Okay, I think that's really the cutting that I need to do, so I can set this aside. And all right. Okay. I've got something that's popped up on my screen. I'm going to try and get rid of it. It's not anything you can see, I don't think. All right, put that there. Now, so these are the vellum pieces. And let me burnish. Okay, let's burnish our score lines first. And we might actually want to stamp a greeting on that inside piece. So maybe I won't adhere it down just yet. Okay. Set that over there. All right, let me take a drink while I ponder my thoughts here. Okay. Okay. I wonder how many more times can I say okay? See if this is big enough for our reindeer. And I'm going to fussy cut him out, so, or her. Is it a he? Is it she? I don't know. I'm not going to put the label on just yet. And I'm going to color her in with blends. And I'm going to stamp her in soft suede. No, I'm going to stamp her in early espresso. Big stamps, I like to bring the ink to the stamp. Okay. I'm afraid it might take me a little bit of time to color, so I may speed up the video when it gets to my blog post so that you all don't have to sit here while I color. I don't know. Been working on editing with iMovie. Asked Hardin if he would help me with iMovie. And he's immediately, like any good teenager, asked me if I was paying him or not. I was like, I feed you. Somehow he didn't think that would quite be what he was looking for. All right. So, let's see. Okay, trying to keep my catalog over there so you all can't see this. All right, for blends, I am going to use, I think, you know, we have so many neutrals now to choose from. It's a little difficult to figure out what we want. All right, I want a really light, oh, I think you're too gray. Oh, okay, I've got crumb cake. I think that is the body. And then I want to do kind of a bronze. Are you bronze? No, you're soft suede. That's my bronze. I'm going to do kind of a bronze and, I don't know, maybe soft suede for that. And then let's get, let's see. All right, granny apple green. Get some of that going. And then I want pool party, I think, is the other color. I think you, yep, okay, pool party. All right, so I've gotten all my blends out. Let's start coloring. And her hooves, might need a different color for her hooves. We'll decide that in a bit. All right, let's start with something kind of small, like her hat. All right, so I've got these hash marks. I'm going to kind of let them guide me to add this dark color. So I'm going to do that first, and just add and I'll come back in and blend that. If you work quickly while your ink is still wet, then you'll get a softer blend. If you want a stark distinction between the light and the dark, then you're going to let them dry a little bit. When you're making like curly hair, you want to add that curl after your ink has dried. I've just added just a tiny bit of light where perhaps the light is hitting it. Then I'm gonna just draw some dark pool party here, and then we're gonna do a pool party on her scarf. And I'm not gonna do a variation of light and dark, although that would be fun. That would take considerably more time. So I'm just can always add more. I guess that's probably part of it too. Okay, I can always come back and add a little bit more contrast if I like, but I'm going to leave it like that for just now. Okay, let's take a look at her antlers. Okay, wait, I've called this a her, but now I've realized do female, by the fact that this one has antlers, does that make it male? Who can help educate me here? I bet it does. Well, I guess it's a good thing I did blue instead of pink, huh? All right, let's see how we like. And you know, you can use more than 2 colors when you're blending too. Because as I use these together, I'm thinking, I'm not sure I made the right choice. But I haven't played with coloring her yet. Well, as you can see, I just stamped with her for the hem. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is going to be a problem for me, isn't it? I'm not sure I'm crazy about my coloring on this just yet. And I know it's going to take a little time to dry too. It takes a few minutes for the colors to really settle. Okay, now let's coloring is quite nice. I tend to probably not do it as much on videos because I really like to take my time with it, and I feel like that's not the place for a video. Okay, now let's come in. So I brought in the dark crumb cake first. And the dog is barking to come inside, of course. All right. Let's see. There's nobody awake to let him in. It's a shame. And the squeak. So if I don't work quickly, I won't have much luck blending that dark and light crumb cake. And oh my gosh, my elbow is complaining. So I think I've told you all my parents are moving. They are relocating to Florida from right next door. We've been so blessed to live next door for I don't know, I'm gonna say 12 or 13 years. And so tremendous effort in organizing and downsizing at their house. And of course that means things are coming over here, and my elbow has been tested. And of course Greg is still on the knee scooter for I think about 5 more weeks, and it's heavy. It is heavy lifting it up into the Jeep. Okay, I really don't want his face to be really dark. At least I don't think so. And so that was a text from Rosemary that just came in. Rosemary is hoping to come help set up for my BOGO. Rosemary is the one that helps me exercise, and then in November at the craft fair that I do, she joins me there and helps with all things at my booth. She sets me up, she keeps moving things around. She's just amazing. All right, I think for a first go, I'm okay with this. I don't think she'll be darn it, will be too hard to cut out, but let's see. So when I'm fussy cutting, I cut around the big, get the big stuff out of the way. Okay. And I want to leave a little bit of white, and I still may, do this where I cut around but need to continue to come in and cut around, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh, this reminds me of the Darling Donkeys. See, one thing when you're preparing for a sale is you run into all kinds of stuff you'd forgotten you had. It brings back all these fun memories, and it makes it hard to part with things that are so cute and fun, like this and like those donkeys were. Oops, sorry, do I keep putting my head in the camera? All right, so while I'm fussy cutting, I think I can continue to talk about July. What happens in July? Well, my birthday happens in July, but not till the very end. But also, the mini catalog goes live, and we have Celebration in July and August. There is a joining special. So if you join Stampin' Up, that means, you know, order a starter kit, become a discount shopper. It does not mean that you have to hold classes. It doesn't mean you have to do videos. It is your kit, your way. You decide what's in it. You decide what you do with it. Anyway, if you do that in July, you're going to get this amazing planner system. And it is phenomenal. Right, I just saw another text come through that one of my, oh my gosh. I think my texts are going to kind of blow up for a second. I should have hit do not disturb. Oh my gosh, I came too close that time. Luckily it's down at the bottom, because you do want to leave a little white space. And how close am I going to get in this middle part? Because there's, you know, not rules. For this time, I'm not going to get any closer than that. I don't think I have to. I'll get a little closer on this outer edge. I should just automatically set up a, I can do that, I think, can't I? So that when this app is active, that everything goes on do not disturb. Okay, I need to work on that. Okay, now that's done. Set these. I'm not going to bother putting those away right now. I'll do that later. But those snowflakes and stamping a greeting, because we're going to stamp, oh my gosh, we're going to stamp a greeting on here and on the inside. So let's figure this out. So I'm going to hide my seam right at the back edge. All right, so a couple of things we learned there. We can cut off all but a little bit. So that's something we can use somewhere else. This is coming together like so. I've got, do you remember the snowflakes that we had? Well, they came back. So one of these snowflakes, got to be a little, they are kind of delicate, so be careful as you pop them out of the package. Okay. Like so, and then, so this is here, and I don't want that to stick out. It's going to be delicate enough like that, but I want you here. Then we can have something here. Maybe it's another snowflake. maybe I don't do what I was just thinking I might do. Maybe it's another snowflake down here with a little something, I don't know yet. Then this down here, well, it's coming together pretty cute. Okay. All right. So let's get these little snowflakes out. Oh, how cool they are on all one stamp too. I like that. That's a cool thing. So I think I can put "Your friendship warms my heart" down here at the bottom. Or should it be just "You're the coolest"? And then we can put that on the inside. Okay, one thing at a time, right? I'm going too fast. Or maybe not fast enough, depending on your perspective. Blocks are all over there. Okay, that one's big enough. Let's see how this shows up. Actually, okay, I know what I need to do. Okay, just gonna stamp some snowflakes randomly back here. And I'm looking all cockeyed because I'm trying to see where they're landing. And I don't know that there's any way I can make those show up on the camera. Oh, okay. All right, now down here I have, that's white. I think I want white. So this tray is not, this tray, Stampin' Up! Used to carry, then it went away, and now it is coming back in the fall catalog. But it looks like this. Okay, this is silver. And I'm just going to sprinkle it like this. Okay. Hey, Judy, no, you haven't missed Santa. We are playing with one of his reindeer today. Now, I've already been on here a long time, so I'm not going to clean this up just yet, but this tray has a stopper that is going to let me pour my silver back into my container. I'm just going to set it aside down there and hope the cats don't get in it. And then we're going to heat emboss these little snowflakes. And let's see. Now when you're working with vellum, vellum can burn. Well, they can all burn, but vellum is especially sensitive. So we're just going to melt the powder. And there it goes. I do like these fun little whimsical snowflakes. Too funny that I went looking in other stamp sets and didn't realize I had them in the very stamp set I was going to use. Alright, just those two over there. Nope, you're not done yet. They are awesome. Wow, okay. Check this out. Can you see? How awesome are they? Okay. Heat embossing is loads of fun. Adds a cool factor. Okay, so here is how we're lining up. One of these there. And then our little moose. Right? And, oh, you know what? Okay, I got an idea. Okay, so this is going to come down here. And I think we should put part of a snowflake so that it's peeking up here. Oh, I'm really liking the way this is looking. Okay, there. And we'll put this here with our greeting. Okay, so is our greeting going to be, "You're the coolest. Your friendship warms my heart. Okay, I'm going to put this part together and you all can think about that part. I'm going to add a tiny bit of glue, but I'm going to get a different glue. That glue traveled on an airplane and it is a hot mess. Okay, so and should we add that greeting in silver embossing? So I'm just holding this for a second. I love to work with our glue, but it takes just a second to set. And I put just a tiny bit on the tips. My friend Beth did not do that in her card. She just let the paper hold it in place. And I am going to add a little bit of glue here. So okay, you're the coolest. All right. You're the coolest it is. So this is kind of a belly band. And that, we've wrapped around here, but we don't take it off for our little fun fold on the inside. And I'm super excited to put a snowflake. Oh, there's a little piece. So when you work with these snowflakes, take a look. Not all the parts are, poke out easily. All right. I love that. So that is going to show up just like that. I'm going to add just a little bit of glue on the back of that center. So yep, this is going to be, pretty fragile. Maybe scoot it over a bit. Okay, So adhesive shows through vellum. So when I'm working with vellum, I get out my glue dots and my take your pick tool, and I am going to hide glue dots behind these snowflakes. And these snowflakes are a pretty good size, so I think that they'll hide really well. Of course, that was the biggest one. But for the others, I can kind of make these into a worm. Okay. And drop it on my table. I'll put that there. Then I want that one for there. I have just ordered, so today's the last day that the kits are on sale. Buy one, get one half off. And guys, the more expensive kit is the one that should end up half off. Okay, so I've gotten, I don't have the corner, but I've gotten there, so I think I'm good enough. And was a brand new kit, June 1st, that is a journaling kit, and I thought that would be so fun to do with Hazel and let her make a journal about the new baby. So I shared a video done by Sarah Douglas this morning, and I'll probably put a link to that in the blog post today as well. Okay, I don't want, how's that? I kind of want the center of that snowflake behind her tush. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a dimensional and put it in the center. Because these are, how cool is this? The snowflakes are hexagon and dimensionals are hexagon. So look at that, right? It just blended right in. So now when I want it to be just at the edge of her, oh my gosh, I keep forgetting. All right, now put a few more dimensionals on him. I'm gonna name him Marvin. Maybe I can remember if I name him Marvin the Moose. Maybe then I can remember. Okay, so I'm liking it so far. Still think I might, should we put a little "You're the Coolest" right here, and then on the inside put "Your friendship warms my heart"? I kind of feel like that would be a good thing. Okay, let's add. Okay, now this is going to be tricky because we need to line this up. It's a red rubber stamp. Okay, we want "You're the Coolest." See, I kind of wonder if that should go like right there or even there. Should it? There? I'm really struggling here. There's "You're the Coolest," and then where is here? And here is "Your friendship warms my heart." All right, so now we need to figure out how this is going to stamp if we don't want to use the Stamparatus. Since we're going on almost an hour, I'm thinking you guys might want to not be on here forever. Okay, I'm going to get out the black so that I can figure out, based on my grid paper, kind of where this is going to stamp. And I can tell that it's up near the top. So, can I line up? I think that would be pretty good. So I just used the bottom of that. All right, silver. What the heck, right? Okay, let's clean the stamp. And then, okay, well, I'm just on the struggle bus with this. Where did my pink piece for the inside go? That one's already, okay. I didn't glue it down yet. I feel like I need to be on one of those kids shows where they're like, where did I put my such and such? And the kids all scream, it's right there, it's right there. Because it's right there in my stamp case where it doesn't belong. Okay, and remember, this is going to slide out. Okay. Okay, it's just paper. Hey, Judy, thank you. All right. Now we're going to grab that silver powder again. Sprinkle him on. So when this comes back in the catalog that is live tomorrow, you can get this the tray, and it's not red, it's black, but you can get it in a collection with 2 brushes that will help you brush off any excess that gets stuck, which is amazing. All right, set that aside. Let's heat this up again. There is Your Friendship Warms My Heart. And so now you're like, well, how does that, just checking to see. Yep, I got it all. All right. Now here is perhaps the craziest, right? We're going to add some glue along this scored area and put it down on this side. Kind of line it up. So it's along the score line. pretty much centered. And we'll let that needs to set for a second. And while it does, I am gonna just kind of turn this over and trim off these snowflake pieces that are sticking over. Right. And this is going to slide under. Come on. Slide under there. Come on. Okay, you ready? So here's the front. It opens up, slides up like that. How fun! I absolutely love it. Now, it might need some rhinestones, and it's feeling a little tight down here, but I think it'll, that's too cute. Okay, now, might still need to add, I don't know, I gotta play with it. I gotta take some photos and look at it, but I think that's really cute. Maybe if I put a big rhinestone right here and a couple up here around her body, that'll be just fine. But I could also stamp something here, or even maybe I could figure out how to make it reveal as it slides up. Have I got enough room that "You're the Coolest" would be hidden until it opens? I might actually be able to hide it down there and have it slide out. I don't know. We'll see. I'll play with it a little bit more. Thanks so much for watching today. I did tell you I wanted to, was willing to show you what part of the organization that I've been working on. So let me see if I can do that without revealing too much of my mess. All right, I figured out that if I turn you this way and then this way. All right, so there's the big beast of a cabinet. So this is 6 foot by 6 foot and still working, but how awesome is that? Now, I had hoped that that was going to fit in one of my closets, but it didn't. So it is now on one complete wall. So, all right, so back down this way, and then we turn you this way, I think, and then, whoops, grow back in. Oh, it's not perfect. That's why I saved it to last. But here is the moose that we made today, and I'll add a little bit of bling and then share some photos in the blog post that should go out at 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you go over to my website, michellesalcho.com, and look at the blog page, there is an area there for you to sign up to receive that email. And then in the YouTube description, I will add the link that takes you back to the blog. And if you want to take advantage of the last day of that the kits are on sale and need some help finding that, then just reach out. It is my job to serve you. So be sure and let me know how I can do that best. Have a wonderful Wednesday, everybody, and I will see you next week. And even though it's a day late, we are celebrating my 6-year stampiversary. And there might be some surprises in the blog post or the newsletter that go out in the next day or so. Have fun, everybody. I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.